Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube segment, I'm going to be giving you my preview and analysis of round two of the 2016 NBA playoffs Western Conference, which pits the Oklahoma City Thunder against the San Antonio Spurs. Well, anyway, this should a very intriguing matchup, very strong disparity between the styles of play. I'll get to that momentarily. These teams split the season series two apiece. Oklahoma City actually outscored San Antonio 403 to 393 in this series. San Antonio, interestingly enough, in that series, they allowed 101.5 points per game. San Antonio was the number one defensive team in the regular season as far as points per game allowed at 92.9. So they had a little bit of a disparity between what they gave up against Oklahoma City as opposed to what they averaged in terms of giving up during the whole regular season. Oklahoma City is definitely a team to be reckoned with, and I think they could give San Antonio a run for their money in this series. Oklahoma City was the number two scoring team in the NBA during the regular season, 110.2 per game. San Antonio's defense has been on fire, though, in that series against Memphis, in which, of course, many of you know they swept the Memphis Grizzlies. They only allowed 81 points per game on average in that series. I thought that was very, very impressive. And in Oklahoma City, in contrast, their offense has actually been on a rampage. Their offense from March 9th, 2016 to April 23rd, 2016, in 15 wins in that span, Oklahoma City Thunder scored at least 108 points in each of those games, and they averaged about 118 points per game during that period. So really what this series is going to be about, it's obvious to me that it's going to be about the methodical half-court game of San Antonio versus the frenetic, fast-paced style of the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it's really going to be about who's going to dictate the tempo of this game, of this series, is going to be the one that emerges victorious. So really, the thing about this is San Antonio has the home court edge. They only, if I remember correctly, they only lost one game during the regular season, and really, this is going to be something where Oklahoma City Thunder really they'll have to really make sure that Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant that they are very consistent. Those two players averaged over 50% of that team's offense during the season as far as points per game average. Now, as I stated before, Oklahoma City Thunder averaged 110.2 points per game during the regular season. And combined, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, they averaged 55.8 points per game during the regular season. So if San Antonio is even able to contain one of those players, then of course it's advantage Spurs in this series. The thing about this, though, too, is when I look at this, you look at the fast break points disparity. This is really two different teams. This really kind of really shows the real strong difference in these two teams in the manner and style in which they play. You had Oklahoma City Thunder was number 4 in fast break points per game during the regular season, 17.3 average, while San Antonio was at the bottom of the pack at number 27 in the league at 10.5 fast break points per game average. So really it's going to be something where you have one team with San Antonio. This is where their success is predicated on their defense, slowing the game down. Oklahoma City Thunder are going to try to push the ball as much as they can and wear San Antonio down. I think that's going to be basically their scheme and their strategy in this series. And thing about this too is Oklahoma City Thunder may unequivocally have the best number 1-2 punch in the NBA with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. However, the San Antonio Spurs have the Defensive Player of the Year in Edwin Learnard. Kawhi Leonard is just a great, versatile all-around player. He averaged 21.2 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, 1.8 steals per game, and 1.0 block per game. So there's really not much that player can do. And I think this is going to make an outstanding series. I really am looking forward to this. And as far as my prediction goes for this series, I'm going to say it's going to go 7. I'm going to say San Antonio wins it in 7. San Antonio would have game 7 at home. And really, and it's very hard, as many of you may know, to go on the road and win a game 7 in an NBA series. And I think even though the Oklahoma City Thunder have a very good team and their offense has been on fire, I just think San Antonio will they have the home court edge. I think when you get into this second round of the playoffs, it's this defense is going to start to take more emphasis, and I think their defense will be enough to contain Oklahoma City Thunder in this series. But Oklahoma City is good enough to stretch this series, I believe. So I do like the Spurs in 7 over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, anyway, people, this is Edwin Learnard, and until next time, people, stay well.